Master Athletics introduces the P3 and P3 XL paddles. Built with customization in mind, these paddles feature an average weight of 8 ounces, with options to take that number just shy of 9 ounces fully weighted. Both feature a SpinTex Surface X hitting surface and a polypropylene honeycomb core. The P3 comes in closer to the standard shape, while the P3 XL is an elongated offering. Mark, how are you today?
I'm doing all right so far, better now that you asked for sure.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, these are a bit like the P2 paddles, but if you're not familiar with the P2 line, there's a lot to unpack here, so I kind of want to dive into some information first. Let's take a look. So Master Athletics has this tuning kit, which comes with 4 weights and 4 dampeners. Each weight is 5 grams, and each dampener is 2.5 grams. You can add the strips to the channels on the sides or closer to the throat, and there's also a weighted butt cap to add 10 grams. Now additionally, these paddles feature a small vibration dampener insert that allows even further customization. With the insert in, you're getting more weight, better dampening, and a more headlight balance. With it out, you're getting a faster swinging paddle with a bit more balance to it. So you can tailor it to your play style. There are a ton of options here. Mark, why don't you start us off with your initial thoughts?
All right, my initial thoughts are I've had this thought process over a period of time, being that I come from a squash, racquetball, tennis background, that paddles are gonna lean more in the direction of rackets. And I would say ever since the P2 hit the market, I really enjoyed that paddle, and it gives you an option for modification. It is leaning that direction. I thought it was a very well executed design. As much as I like the P2, I would say it was an improvement in a number of ways with the P3s.
Yeah, I was interested in this playtest. I've not really been hearing a lot about Master Athletics. It's not one of those brands that's always being talked about. And then the array of customizable options really intrigued me. So I was excited, and I started out with the elongated because I prefer elongated paddles. And I tried the insert in, I tried the insert out. I added dampener strips to it and without, so tried a lot of different options. I honestly didn't use the weighted strips because with everything in, it was edging that 8.3, 8.5 ounce, and I was starting to experience some fatigue at that point. So for me, even with the weighted strips in, I think it was a bit too much. I really enjoyed the XL with the dampener, the insert dampener out. I felt like it was giving me a lot of good maneuverability, plow through. It felt a little closer to the paddles that I normally hit with, so the confidence in my shots was there. When I put the insert in, the headlight balance was just a little too poppy for me, and I wasn't getting that feel that I normally like. Now, I added the dampener strips into the sides of the XL with the dampener insert out of the throat, and I thought that's where it really shined for me. I really enjoyed the paddle there. It was hovering about the 8 to 8.3 ounce, so again, just dealing with the fatigue there. Now, what did you think about the XL?
Well, I obviously, if you've watched any reviews in the past, I just typically gravitate towards long handles and long paddles. So immediately when this playtest was available to me, I dove right in for the XL, and I like it a whole lot. What surprised me a little bit more is that I was going more for the compact shape. Something about it being maybe 16.15 long and a little narrower than 7. I seem to get this really good connected feeling, the sweet spot being close to my hand, very proximal. It was just very easy to play with from any part of the court. I would call this almost a Goldilocks paddle for me. I will be making a switch to it for sure. And there were so many customizable options on it. Accurately, I haven't even got through them all. And I like it in stock form without the plug. It does give it a little bit more airflow. So this definitely makes the paddle faster. And at about 8 ounces, this was, again, just literally an ideal paddle. I'm so excited about it. I want to give you a chest bump, but I know you may not be recovered from the Dave Pope Australian article over there. But yeah, just love this paddle.
Yeah, it was rough down under. I actually really enjoyed the P3 with the insert in. I felt like the balance was a little bit more in line with my play style. Again, adding the dampeners to the sides really enhanced the playability for me. The forgiveness was there, the stability, obviously the dampening. I felt like the P3 with the insert and the dampener strips on the side was my sweet spot. But if I was gonna choose between the two, the P3 XL without the insert and the strips on the side was my Goldilocks. I don't know if I would make the switch from my current paddle of choice, but really solid play test. Now, I want to know about the construction, the durability. This is a completely uniform carbon fiber construction. What did you think about the durability?
Durability was great. I also think it kind of helped dampen the acoustic footprint. There's a lot of paddles that offer a lot of pop off the face, but that usually is accompanied by a pretty loud sound. These are gonna let the baby sleep if it's nearby, for sure. They're not gonna bother anyone. And again, the one-piece construction, for me, it just kind of gives better energy return, better dispersion of vibration, and obviously we want paddles to last a long time. This paddle seems, I mean, it's got a bumper guard across the top here. It's a very durable, well thought out setup. Overall, I'm obviously gushing about the paddle. I do like them quite a bit.
Yeah, for spin generation, I want to talk about spin. I wasn't getting the spin that I wanted to. I was trying to aim shots, you know, for people up here. I'm trying to perfect that shot. And with paddles I normally hit with, I feel like I'm getting that dip that I normally see. But I was getting a lot of shots that were floating a little higher than I wanted to. So whether it was my stroke or not, I felt like the spin generation just wasn't where I wanted it to be with these paddles. What did you think?
Well, first of all, you heard it here. You do target people. I don't know if that was a Freudian slip or not, but yeah, all right, I can understand. You beat me to the question. I was going to talk about spin potential. I know Master Athletics is referring to this as their SpinTex face material. I found it to be very spin friendly. I literally tried to beat the grit off the paddle. I felt very successful with it, very obedient in terms of slice, corkscrew, top spin. What were your thoughts?
Sounds like I'm going to need a clinic on perfecting my top spin shots, but that's beside the point. The last thing I wanted to mention was this insert. The vibration insert at the throat was a bit finicky to get in and out. Now, I can't foresee myself wanting to take this in and out a lot, so I don't think that's really an issue. Once it's in, it's very stable, it doesn't move, so just be cognizant of that. Now, overall, I would recommend this paddle to pretty much any player. In my opinion, the tuning kit was not really necessary for someone like me. It's kind of like an everyday player. If you're an advanced level player or someone looking to fine tune your game, that tuning kit is a really nice thing to have.
I agree. I'm not up to adding all the weight on it. As I mentioned earlier, I might try and work my way up to it, but in stock form, this thing was just the bee's knees for sure. Overall, this paddle just performed great from any part of the court. If you would like to learn anything more about these two paddles or anything else pickleball related, be sure to visit totalpickleball.com.